ولا صرت في معناتي دوس عندي.
Hello students, today we are continuing with the science series and this is the last chapter of 10th standard science textbook, which is the space missions. So in the space there are various natural and artificial satellites. You all might be knowing the natural satellite of earth, which is the moon, but there are many artificial satellites revolving around the earth in their orbits. So what is their velocity with they revolve around the earth? So today we'll try to reduce the expression for their velocity and also solve a numerical on that specific problem. So let us consider that this is our earth with certain mass m. Okay, and this satellite has mass small m. Okay, and it is revolving in a orbit, in a specified orbit. So the radius of earth is capital R, and there is a difference between the radius of the earth and orbit of that satellite, which is h. So the satellite is revolving at a specific height h. So you all know the terminologies now, and this r is nothing but r plus h. So it is the total distance, radius plus height. So it is denoted by small r. We can either write r plus h or small r directly. So capital M is the mass of earth, small m is the mass of satellite. Capital R is the radius of earth, h is the height of satellite from the surface of earth, and small r is the combined radius of earth and the height of satellite. So let us deduce the formula for velocity of satellite. So this is the critical velocity of satellite, or we can say tangential velocity because it is tangent to its orbit. So there is a centripetal force which acts on the satellite due to the gravitational force of earth. So the centripetal force which binds the satellite in its orbit and the gravitational force are equal. So we'll equate then. So the centripetal force which acts on the satellite is equal to the gravitational force which is exerted on the satellite by the earth. So centripetal force, the formula for centripetal force is mv square by r. And why have I written small r here? Because by considering the center for the satellite, the total distance, perpendicular distance is r plus h, and r plus h is small r. We are just denoting it by small r. So here r comes into picture, while the formula for gravitational force, we have studied in gravitation, is the constant g into the mass of first object. Now the first object here is earth. So the mass of earth is m. Then into mass of second object. Here the second object is satellite. So mass of the satellite is m upon distance square. So in the gravitational chapter we have studied that the force is directly proportional to mass, product of their masses divided by the distance between them squared. So distance between the center of the earth and center of the satellite is same, r plus h. So r plus h square. Okay, understood? So these two are equal. So from this we can get the value of v. We'll write it Vc as a critical velocity or tangential velocity. So r is nothing but r plus h. So m it will get cancelled. So we get Vc square is g m upon r plus h. R plus h square will get cancelled, only r plus h. Okay, so then Vc is equal to, so it is square, we have to take the under root to find the value of Vc. So Vc will be gm upon r plus h. So this is the final formula to find the critical velocity or tangential velocity of any satellite which is revolving around the orbit at a specific height h. So I'll explain again the terms in this formula, Vc is the critical velocity, G is the gravitational constant. So the value of gravitational constant is constant. Mass of the earth is constant. It is already known to us. Just radius of the earth is also already known to us. I'll give the values. Only we need to know the height at which the satellite is flying. So we can calculate the critical velocity. So we can see that in this formula there is no small m. So small m, that is the mass of satellite, is not there in this formula. So we get to know that the critical velocity is not dependent on the mass of the satellite. It is dependent on mass of earth. So it is directly proportional to gravitational constant and mass of earth, but they both are constant. So it is inversely proportional to radius and height. So the radius of earth is also constant, it will not change. So only change will be height. So this is inversely proportional to height. So whenever the height increases, critical velocity decreases, and whenever the height decreases, critical velocity increases. So I hope you understand that critical velocity is only a function of height. It only depends upon the height at which the satellite is revolving. So when height will decrease, critical velocity will automatically increase. So this is the formula we'll be using to solve this problem. First, let me write the values for you. So G is the gravitational constant and its value is constant 6. So this value you have to keep in mind. It will be constant for all the numericals. Value of radius of earth is 6400 kilometers. It will always be constant. And then mass of earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kgs. So we know all these values G, M, R. Only the h value has to be taken from the numerical, and then we can get the velocity of the satellite revolving in the orbit. So let's come to the numerical. So I'll first read out the numerical. The orbit of satellite is exactly 35,780 kilometers above Earth's surface. Determine the tangential velocity of satellite. So let us first understand what is given in the example. Orbit of satellite is exactly 35,780 above Earth's surface. So as we saw in this diagram, above Earth's surface means they have given the height h. So we can write inside given height is 35,780 kilometers. Okay. Then for finding out the tangential velocity or the critical velocity, we need G, M, R and H to substitute in this formula. But we have G, we have R, we have M and we also have H. Now we can easily find the value. First of all, to ease the process, we will calculate R plus H and then we will substitute. So R plus H will be radius of earth is 6400 kilometer plus 3.780 kilometers. So it will give us the value of R plus H, and we will convert it into meters because everything should be in SI unit, kg and meters. So whenever this distance is given in kilometers, we have to convert it into meters. So what will be the total height of the satellite? It will be into 10 to the power 3 meters. So it was kilometers. I converted into meter by adding 10 to the power 3. So always remember, you have to convert the distance into meters. Now let us put it into the formula. We have the formula. You have to always write the formula in the numerical. So Vc is equal to root of Gm upon R plus H. R plus H we already have. So we have to just substitute these values. So G is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Mass is 6 into 10 to the power 24. And R plus H is 42180 into 10 to the power 3. So if we solve these values, we get something like this. 40.02 into 10 to the power 13 upon 42180 into 10 to the power 3, which comes to root of 94,87909. So by using the calculator you can find the square root of this value, and then the final answer for critical velocity is 3080.2 meters per second. Okay, because velocity we have converted into meter. So this is the final answer for tangential velocity of satellite. But if we have to convert it into kilometers, or if it is asked in the question that find the velocity in kilometers, then we'll just have to multiply it by 10 to the power minus 3. For converting kilometer into meter, we multiply by 10 to the power 3. For meters into kilometer, we multiply by 10 to the power minus 3. So by multiplying, we get 3.08 kilometers per second. So always remember to write the unit. So yeah, this was the final answer, and I hope you understood it. Thank you.